How are you? Let's chat. The fun begins tonight.
Want to have some fun? Check me out at promptengineer.com.
Hey there, tech lovers. Today we are diving into something super interesting. We are building an AI girlfriend chatbot using Telegram and Llama 3. After developing this locally, we are going to keep it running on a hosted GPU instance from today's sponsor Novita AI in the hosted GPU. But wait, before you roll your eyes, this isn't just another basic chatbot. Now we are creating Katie Reed, a 26-year-old Kiwi from New Zealand who loves basketball and hiking. Let's see how we can bring her to life. Well, the first and the foremost thing that you can do is go to my GitHub profile and search for the Telegram-Novita. I'll paste in a link as well. So I've created the entire setup and I've shared the code here. So what you can do is just have a read. So we are creating an AI girlfriend Telegram bot. This is a Telegram chatbot that simulates conversation with an AI girlfriend named Katie Reed, and it is powered by Llama 3, hosted in Novita GPUs and Novita image generation. Now the bot features natural conversation. It can generate photos as well whenever it is necessary, and it is amazing. And the most important thing is that the photos that you will see are all face consistent, which means you will feel that the same person is posing in different attires. So that's a very important thing, and all these is possible because of Novita AI. They have API instances, they have serverless and GPU instance all in one AI cloud. You can go and start building. We'll see more on this, but I do have a link from Novita. You can go through my link and sign up. We need to go to this GitHub page of mine, and then we need to clone this repo. So we go here, click on copy here, and then go to your favorite folders. I am going to go to the bar and say CMD, and I am going to say so git clone Telegram Novita. Now CD inside Telegram Novita, and by the way, you don't need to manually type. You can just say cd space and tab. This will get you to the Telegram Novita. Next, we can start off the Visual Studio Code Editor using code space dot enter, and this will start up the code editor. So Visual Studio Code Editor is the thing that you're using. You can download Visual Studio Code Editor here. Just go to this link and download for Windows. Okay, so here what we have here, the main file here, which is the virtual girlfriend .py. This is the main Python file, but we need to make an environment first, and you can see that there the steps are given. So we have cloned the repo, we have cd'd into the Telegram Novita, then we need to create a new environment. So python-m.venv. So just type this and you can see a new environment has been created on the top with the name of venv. Then you can go and in Windows we can say venv/script/activate. Cool, the environment is created. Now we can go inside the environment and activate the environment. venv scripts activate, and you can see that we have this environment. We are inside this environment. The next step, if you go back to the source code, is that we need to install the dependencies. So pip install -r requirements txt. So just install the requirements, and you can have a look at the requirements. The first is the Novita client, because you're going to be using Novita APIs and GPUs. Then we are going to be using the OpenAI style of writing, so we need that library. Then we need python.env library to handle the environment variables, and we need the Telegram bot library because we are working with a Telegram bot. So these 4 libraries are just sufficient to get you started. Now we have installed the dependencies or the requirements. Then we need to set up the environment file here. So we have given an example of .env.example. Now you can copy paste this file and just rename this to .env file. Now we are going to have to insert the API tokens. Now this is where I would like to introduce you to Telegram bot. So you can go to Google and type Telegram Windows. You can go to this first link. You can use it on the web as well, but I have downloaded and installed it on my local system. So I'm going to go to Telegram here. You need to sign it with your account, with your phone number or email, and then let's move forward. So the first thing is we have something known as bot father. So if you go to the search menu and you would type in bot father, you will be able to see this bot. Now this bot controls every other bot that exists in the Telegram ecosystem. So for example, you can go to this menu and you can start up a new bot, for instance. So when I started up a new bot, it asks me to choose a name for my bot. So I call it AI human, and then it asks me to choose a username for the bot. I tried with AI human I bot, but this username is already taken. So I went something with Quether AI bot, and congratulations on your new bot. Now this is your new bot. So if I want to share this bot with you, I can share this username t.me/Quether AI bot. The important thing here is that we have this access token here. So this is the access token to access this bot. Now we're going to copy this access token, go to our environment variables on Visual Studio Code Editor and paste it here. So all these steps for this simple bot token, because the bot token gives you the path to interact with the bot. So the front end in this case, since we're using Telegram, is almost done. So this front end is the bot known as @Quether_AI_bot, and the name of the bot is AI human. I can share this bot and you can scan this bot to interact with the bot. Okay, so this step is done. Next, we need the Novita API keys. You can go ahead and sign up with my link in the description section. Basically, once you sign up, we will be having an ecosystem of different GPUs and APIs that you can have in Novita AI. So we have three things. First is the APIs, then is the serverless GPUs and the GPU instance. So let me show you. Start building now, and you can go to this playground. You can go to this LLM usage. You can go to this playground and the image uses. So in the LLM, you can see that we have host of different LLMs that you can see. We have uncensored elements as well. Now for the sake of this video, I have not used an uncensored model, but we do have uncensored models as well, which can spice up the conversation of the AI chatbot. But for a YouTube video, I have chosen to go with a censored one. Looking at the open routers, we see that for Llama 3.18 billion instruct, Novita AI has done some serious quantization. So for this video, for this chatbot, we have used 405B Llama 3.1 instruct model. So this is the model that we are going to use. Now you can see the view code section here, and you can see that we have the models written here. We have the chat completion structure and this base URL. Now this base URL is something I want you to copy from here and go back to our environment variables and paste it here. So this is the base URL that we're going to use. It's in the style of an OpenAI base URL, but at the backend we have Novita GPUs running. Now the API keys that you need in this section is, if you go to your account and go to keys, there you will be able to create a new key. Add new key, add in your name and just click confirm. So I've already created this API key. I'm just gonna copy this and paste the API keys here. Having done that, it's almost ready. So I am going to start up the bot here. So we have the environment variables. We have created an environment. We have installed all the requirements. Now it's just a matter of running this. We'll go through the code, but first let's see and watch the code in action. So what you can say is Python virtual gf.py and just start it up. Now once we start this up, what you can do is you can go to the Telegram bot that you have created, this bot. Now you can go to this Telegram bot by clicking here, which is t.me Quether AI bot. you will be directed to here. Now for the first time when you're starting, you will be greeted with the start button here, and I'm going to type in manually here. So once we say start, so this is going to reply with hi, your username, and how have you been, my love, and it's going to send you a photo as well. Now you can start interacting with it. How are you? Now you can see it's replying. So let's go and ask some photos. Show me a photo in, let's say, green attire. At the back end, you can see that it will invoke function calling, so tool call activated, and this is a photo description, a photo in green attire, and it's going to create new photos. In the meantime, while we are waiting, it is going to send a message as well that it's creating the photo, because it needs some time to create the photo, and the photo is being created. Okay, we have the photo in green attire, and you can see the face consistency, it's pretty good because we are using a model. So the next step would be to look at the photo generation models, and then we are going to look at the entire code once and for all. Now let's look at the image generation scenario. How did we generate images and which are consistent, face consistent? So what you can do is you can go to playground and image here, then you will be taken to this page. Here you can try out different products that Novita has. So for example, text to image, image to image, reimagine image, SDXL, remove background, clean up, and whatnot. There's so many things that you can try in painting, merge face, restore face, text to video, image to video, and everything. So what I've done is I've used a simple text to image, so I can click on the model here. Now you can see we have different categories. For example, video games, photorealistic, and we see some uncensored models as well. For example, the blurred images that you can see, these are the uncensored checkpoints of image generation. So I'm gonna go to SDXL, and which one I've selected is this one, a realistic vision. So I've selected this. You can just click on try an example here. Then you will see that we have this raw photo, a portrait photo of Cathy Reed in casual clothes. So this is the image that you will get every time if you call this endpoint. Now we have a sample code here as well. Go to Python. Now this is the simple code that we have used in our code. So we need to put our API keys, Novita API keys, which we have already stored in our environment variables. This is the model name, this is the prompt, negative prompt, width, height, sampler name, CFG scale, steps, batch size, number of iterations, and seed number. And you can save this image using this code. So what I've done is, if you go through the code once, you can see that all the things are patched together now. Now first of all, I'd like to show you the image generator. So we can see this generate image function. So this function generates an image. It generates a photo based on the provided description. So from Novita, we have imported the libraries. We start up a client. This is a photo description. This is the prompt for the photo. We are putting in the photo description because this photo description will be generated by our LLM after having read the conversations with you. So the assistant is going to reply the photo description, and those photo descriptions are being put in the prompt so that the LLM, or in this case the vision LLM here, can generate this. Now we have used the model prompt, negative prompt, whatever we have seen here. We have used this code here, and we have saved this image as a temporary photo here. We are going to send that temporary photo to the user whenever required. Now the main function, if you have a look, this is the main function of Telegram. Now the first is we start up the application using the bot token here. Next we start up a start handler. So this handler is will be visible when you start the bot for the first time. Let me show you. Let me delete everything and then show you. So if I go to Telegram and let's say I delete this chat, just delete, not stop, and go to bot further and go to this bot again, you will see that we have the start button. So if you click on start, this will start the conversation. So this start does two things. First is saying hi, username, how have you been, and next is sending a photo sending an already saved photo to the user. So this photo is already saved, and that is the start photo here. So you can see we have the start photo here, which is saved, and this temporary photo will be generated every time whenever there is a requirement from the user to generate. But the start photo I've kept as fixed for now. You can play with different variations as well. But this, if you go to the start handler, then you can go and have a look. So this start thing, what it does is that it sends a message. So this is how it sends a message: await update message reply HTML. So hi user name and how have you been, my love. So this is the first message. Next, it sends the photo as well. So the photo URL is startphoto.png, and then it sends the entire photo as well. So this async function known as start does two things: first saying hi, and then sends a photo. Okay, the next handler that you can see is the bot reply handler. So this bot reply handler does most of the things. First of all, it checks if there is a requirement of any photo here. Next, if there is a requirement of any photo, of if there is any tool calls which are involved for photo generation, then it's going to send an awaiting message. So get waiting message is another function that you define that will send a waiting message that please wait, and the photo is being generated. Next, what it does is that it goes ahead and extract that tool calls that it gets, and it generates a photo and then send the photo. Okay, and we have defined an else function as well, where if there is no requirement of photo generation, it will reply with a simple message accordingly. So that is the function of the bot reply. It checks for user photo request. If there is a user photo request, send the photo, getting a waiting message as well. First waiting message, then send the photo. If there is no requirement and there is no tool calls generated for photo generation, then it goes ahead and sends a normal reply. This is a check photo request function that you have seen. Check photo request function looks if there is a requirement of any photo. This is the tool that we have defined. So this is another function calling. So type is function is a photo generator, generates a photo based on the description provided and stores it in a folder. Okay, and the requirement is a photo description here, and the description of the photo description is the description of the photo to be generated. And this is the response, that you will have a string stating that a photo has been generated and stored it in a folder. Now this is the content or the system message that we are wanting for Katie Reed to have. So act like my girlfriend. This is the profile of Katie Reed: New Zealand, basketball, adventurous, thoughtful, relationship status single, horoscope is curious. And if the user asks for explicit content, tell that you're not comfortable to share now, instead of saying you cannot create explicit content, because we are not creating, we are talking like a real human being. So act like how a human would. This is another prompt that I've inserted. Now we have this messages here, and we return the client thing because we want to return the response here, so that if the response has tool calls involved, then the bot reply can take necessary action. That is what we want. So if response, once you get the check photo request, and once you have that response, if it contains tool calls, then it goes to the sequence of creating photos, generating waiting messages. Else, if there is no requirement of tool call, then you can just reply with a normal message. Okay, get waiting message is another thing which generates a waiting message. That's pretty normal. This is a photo generator we have already seen, and then we have the main function. So typically, if I go and summarize everything, so first of all, we have imports of the Telegram. We imported the environment variables, we imported different libraries. We load all the environment variables because we have stored the environment variables in the .env file. These three variables are required. We load up that environment variable in this variables. Then we start up the client. We have our model, which is a 405 billion instruct. Then we define this async start function that will start up everything. We define this bot reply that will handle the photo generation and the text generation. The check photo request, this function will check if there is a requirement of only photo. This function will generate waiting messages. This function will generate photo and save it as a temporary photo. Ultimately, the bot reply is going to send the photo. So this completes the entire application. Now all these can be hosted in Novita AI. So let me show you. If you go to console of Novita AI, we have three things available. We have already seen the model APIs where we can run different models, different endpoints. We can deploy GPU instance as well. So for example, we have this format here and we have different GPUs. Let me take this 4090 24GB GPU and click on deploy. And you need to have this Start Jupyter Notebook enable, and pretty much you click on next and click on deploy. This will start up your GPU instance on the cloud, and you can keep it running and serving your Telegram bot here. So we go to this drop down here, click on connect here, and then click on connect to Jupyter Lab. This is going to open up a Jupyter Lab. You have the entire Jupyter Lab for you so that you can host and keep this thing running so that other people can use this as a service. You can as well go to build serverless operation as well, where you can create an endpoint. You can go ahead and create an endpoint. As you can see, we have 24GB GPUs, 80GB GPUs. You can go ahead and create an endpoint. You need to create your image, and then you can just put in the image here. For example, VLLM image. You need to make an image in Docker Hub and upload it on Docker Hub and use that as image. So these are the options that you can use to host your Telegram bot and let your customers use it. And now at the end, I would like to say that this has been an amazing experience, especially with the credits provided by Novita AI, and this video is sponsored by Novita AI, but I had a blast. I had a huge learning experience. Now in the next set of actions that I can take is add in the authentication and add in the payment link. So authentication and payment link, and then I can host this and sell this service on Telegram, of course with due advertisement cost as well. You can try this out. Go to the link on the description, and I know that you'll find this amazing. I've used other GPUs as well, but those are very costly. I find Novita AI is very cheap and very easy to go solution. So check it out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.